Because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
So in June, Donald Trump told the people, mainly people who work in the service industry, servers, bus people, bar backs, anybody who works and mainly on tips, he was going to stop the taxing of tips. And that is a great idea. It should have been done years ago. And then Kamala Harris, at one of her rallies very recently, she decided to say this.
Eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Oh, really, Kamala? You're going to stop the taxing on tips? Gee, I wonder where you got that idea from. This is the problem with this party and this candidate. They can't make their own policies. They have to take from another candidate. And the mainstream liberal media is applauding it and showing it every chance they get. This is what Vice President Harris is going to do for people who work in the service industry, and everybody's applauding. No one said it. No media outlet talked about it when Trump said, I'm going to eliminate taxes on tips. But now because it's Kamala, everybody's thrilled and exciting and pushing it out there. That's one reason why Kamala Harris should not be president. And this right here is probably one of the main reasons she needs to stay out of the White House.
Hi, my name is Sally Hartman. I'm a volunteer with the Center for Worker Justice. I want to know, when you become president, would you be committing to close immigration detention centers?
Absolutely, on day one. On day one.
So the volunteer wanted to know if Harris, when she becomes president, will close detention centers for immigration, for immigrants. Absolutely, she said, on day one. And people want this woman in the White House. We've already seen over the last 3.5 years the millions of illegals who have come into this country. Other countries around the world were emptying prisons to send the people out of their country into the United States because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris waited with open arms. We've all heard that Venezuela, especially, has been emptying prisons of violent criminals and sending them to the United States because they know they can walk across that border without any consequences. This is the woman who's going to change America. This is the woman who's going to stop crime or lower the crime rate. This is the woman that's for the American people. It's absolute bullshit. They want to continue their quest to turn the United States into a communist country. You do what we say. You have no choice. You can't talk bad about our policies. You'll go along with them. And if you don't, we will come after you. We've seen it for the last 3.5 years. We've seen the Biden DOJ knocking on people's doors because they might have made a social media post that the government didn't go along with, or you might own a firearm that you shouldn't have. Under the Second Amendment, you can own any firearm you want. If you want an AR-15, you have the legal right to own one, and they can't stop you. And if you're a criminal, right, you shouldn't be allowed to have it. But any criminal can get a gun on the street at any time. But the policies of Biden, which will be the policies of Harris, which in turn will be the policies of neither one of them, because neither one of them will make any decisions. Biden's not now, Harris won't if she gets elected. She's using Trump policies to try to get votes from younger people. And she's telling the American people she's going to shut down detention facilities that hold immigration detainees. And people are okay with that. This is what you want. We already have illegals all over the country straining the budgets of blue states or cities and towns, which I could care less. If they want to drain their budgets on illegals, that's their problem. Their residents should be up in arms and voting these people out because they're no good. The The Democrat Party of today is nothing but radical. They are mainly communists, and they want to lead with an iron fist. Do as we say, not as we do. You have no choice. And if you don't like it, we'll come after you, and maybe we'll lock you up. This woman is more dangerous than Joe Biden because I think she's dumber than Joe Biden, and she'll listen more to the Obamas and the Clintons and the billionaire donors who dump money into their party. This shit needs to stop, and it needs to stop now.